one time last year, I was shut up. I was at tutoring with my math teacher, and I asked him, "What?" He said, "Pause it." It was a coach. It was a guy. So, I went to tutoring with my coach teacher. I needed help with my math. I was the only one in there. Every time I look up from my paper, I'd see him stare at me. I look back, get all scared. He said, "We can't do it here, or we can't tutor each other here. So, meet me at my place." And so, after school, I went to his house. I went to his house. He asked, "Do you need anything? Water or anything to eat?" I looked at him. He said, "No, I'm fine." He says, "I'm going to get you a glass of water." So he comes back with a gallon of water. Says, "Drink up." He said, "You need to stay hydrated for the big game next week." I look at him and I said, "I'm not even playing in the game." He said, "You'll always be a part of the team, no matter what." And so, I say, "Okay." I open up his room door. 8 little puppies come out. I think they're so adorable. I hug them all. Later on, while we're trying to sleep, my coach got into the bed. No, I'm not going to pause it for you. No. Well, after we see... Yeah, ask questions at the end. But while I was trying to sleep, I was in the doggy bed with the 8 puppies. 6 of them were on my chest. 1 of them was squished under me. 1 of them was off the pillow. So, I get the dog from my back. It's as flat as a pancake. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So, I made a fake yawning noise. My coach started to yawn. So I threw the dog and went flat into his mouth. He ate it like a mini pancake from IHOP. So, there are 7 dogs remaining. 1 of them's off the bed, cold, hungry. So I go into the kitchen, open up a can of dog food. The dog's barely waddling to get to me. But then my teacher comes out, sprints, and then rolls and eats the can and then goes back to bed. So, I'm in disappointment. His dog didn't get to eat. He died that night of starvation. So, there's 6 dogs left. We go to school the next day. I'm doing a star test. Gaming Princess, I know you love pancakes. Alright, so we're doing a star test. I have one of my dogs with me. The other 5 are at home. I let my dog out. It's been quiet all day. It needed to go to the restroom. So my friend next to me was taking a nap. I put my dog on his paper. He peed. It was alright. He never noticed. And then he had to go poop. So I opened up my friend's bag. And the dog just went inside of there. And then, after he went inside, I put him back in my bag. Little holes everywhere. So he could breathe. So he won't suffocate. So, I was walking to lunch with that one dog. I was in line to get my food.
Wait, they let dogs in school? That's weird.
Since my story started. But, anyway. I was in line. Someone accidentally bumps into me. My dog flies across the room into the boiler. I look at the boiler. My dog's inside, yelping. I get all sad. The lunch lady pulls it out like it's a big French fry, puts it on my tray. So, I look at it. I say, "Thank you for serving me." I eat it. It tasted good. It was only like 8 months old. It was so small. So, after lunch, I went home early because I got food poisoning from the dog. There's 5 dogs left at home. 3 of them I let out in the backyard, but out of nowhere, a family of vultures come and swoop 3 of them up. They're tearing them to pieces in my backyard. I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching. The dogs are crying. I start to get sad. I throw a rock. The vulture flies up, and I hit another dog, and that dies. After I hit the other dog, I have 2 left. So I said, hey, I think my mom would like this dog. So I take my dog home to my mom. She says, thank you. I've always wanted a puppy. She cuddles it, takes care of it for a couple of years. The other one, we lost it under my bed. We could have never found it.
Yeah, but... Wait. Remember, we could have never found it. We could have never found it.
Or...
We could have not
Shut up. We never found it under my bed. We don't know where it went. We think it crawled into a little rat hole in the corner of the room.
How can you go to rat holes? A dog can't go 3 a rat hole's like 2.6 inches in the air. That's how tall a rat hole is.
It's a very small puppy. It's so small I ate it in one bite, remember?
Bring it back.
Okay, so there's 1 dog left, and my mom is taking care of it. I come back from school the next day. My mom's poor, so she couldn't eat. She couldn't buy groceries, or even pay her electric bill. The only thing keeping her warm in there is the AC not working, and her 10,000 fuzzy blankets that she keeps in the sofa's containers. So, my mom gets really hungry. She starts to look at the dog. She licks her lips. I tell her, no, that's your puppy. She said, I've had it for way too long. I can't pick up after it. I let it go to the restroom in your room, and you've never noticed. I said, you've never done that. She opens my door. A pile of dog poop fell out. I got scared. It smelt really bad. It smelled so bad, it makes Zach's gameplays look good. But anyway, after the dog fell out of the closet with its potty droppings, I take it a bath, or I give it a bath. Excuse my grammar. After I give it a bath, it licks me with joy. Finally, someone's been taking good care of it. So, I give it back to my mom and say, promise me you'll take care of it. She says, I will. And then, the moment I leave, I realize I forgot my keys. So I open the door again, and I say, Mom, where are my keys? She turns around, she doesn't look at me. She muffles something. I asked, what'd you say? She didn't reply. She gave a big gulp, she swallowed something, and she said, your keys are on the kitchen table. I asked her, what were you eating? She looks disappointed and sad, says, nothing. Don't worry about it. So I look all over the house, and I don't find the dog anywhere. It was kind of obvious that my mom ate the dog. So I told her, you ate the dog, didn't you? She said, I'm sorry. I asked her why. She said it wouldn't start barking when I wanted it to. She was hungry, so she couldn't have eaten anything that day. It's kind of funny because my mom's really skinny. She could go 3 days without eating. After eating that dog, she got food poisoning just like me. She didn't get to go to work. The next day, I go to school with no dogs. The lunch lady there, 90 years old, really crinkly and old looking, like the world's biggest raisin. It's missing an eye, and then the other eye that's there is a lazy eye, so you don't know where she's looking. I look at her and say, "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And she says, "Who, me?" And I look down and say, "No." I say, "No." I said, she said, I said, "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." She says, "Who, me?" And I say, "No, that Chinese food you're cooking on the floor." After I explain to her I like her Chinese food, not her, she gets sad, depressed. So I said, "If you want, I could eat lunch with you." She said, "Thank you." I got my food, sat down. It took her an hour to waddle to the table. She was big, very big. I didn't know how she could stand up with all that fat on her. But anyway, she looked like the world's biggest watermelon and raisin. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, after we have lunch together, she starts to laugh really hard at my joke that wasn't even that funny. Her dentures fall out. But what's...
She probably lost 24 pounds, so I'm not laughing.
What was weird about that, when her dentures fell out, her normal dentures fell out, but there's only one tooth attached to it. So an old lady with only one tooth. I look at her, and then go down to the dentures. I look back up and say, "Grandma?" She looks, "You came to school today." I haven't seen my grandma in years. I now realize who that was. And ever since that day, I've never skipped a day of school before. I've always gone to lunch on time to see my grandma. Only 3 months later, she died of diabetes, though, but that's my story. Thank you. Alright, question time.
Okay.
Alright.
This guy lets you sleep in his house. Second of all, your dad isn't aware. Third of all, he offers you food. Fourth of all, how the puppies die. Fifth of all, how the puppies, how they surviving with no food. Then your mom is accountable. Seventh of all, whatever. Boy, you never knew that was your grandma. That she had the last name as you. 13 of all, boy, you need to look at your family history. Go to Ancestry.com.
There's a lot of problems in that story, but our family resolved it.
I feel like this would be someone's true story.
Someone's true story, but not mine. That was funny. I told that to Chris the other day, and he started crying in bed. That was funny. Alright, my cheeks hurt. Who's ready for a second story time? Alright, so, I don't know what to say. Like another story, or like more questions.
I got a story about my life.
Alright, do you want the music?
No, I'll put my own music.
No?
I mean...
Alright, put your own music. You're going to tell me a story now. If it's not as...
You want to know about my life? My whole story about my life.
Sure. Where's your music at?
I'll play it right now.
Alright. I swear, if it's some rap music, and it's a money, clothes music kind of story, I'm going to get really mad. Money, get clothes.
No, can you, I understand you're, broadcasting, but, I don't want to say it for the whole broadcast.
Oh, it's Zach's broadcast. It's fine. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Bless you.